In order for your prayers to be effective, we have to be a forgiver of those that have hurt us, a forgiver of the ones that have caused us that past. Sometimes that past is placed upon us by bad parenting, by vicious friends, by circumstances, by peer pressure, all kinds of things mold us in this life to who we are. And in the midst of that molding, there are people that have hurt us, and they've made us standoffish a lot of times. They've done things to us, and you remember those things. You remember those things. I've got an uncle one time, I'll never forget, I was cutting grass for a living. I was 13, 14 years old, and I just started cutting a few yards. And when you got $5, and that's a lot of money to a 13-year-old, especially when you'd worked an hour and a half to make that $5. And we're at a midget football game one time, and I was going down the concession stand. The little cinnamon suckers, I love those, but that's what I was going after. And he says, "Would you mind grabbing me a couple of hot dogs while you're down there?" Sure, he'll pay me back, right? So I took him these 2 hot dogs, and he wolfed every one of them, and I just stood there. Never got a penny for him. He said, "Well, Pastor, did you forgive him?" Obviously not. I'm 62 years old, and I still remember. 40 years later, that still haunts me. I made it without the few bucks. I got by. It's just an oversight. But the point of that illustration is this is how things happen in our mind. This is how we hang on to things, and the Bible says we have a heart of forgiveness. So what if you're right and they're wrong? Forgive. But what they did, it hurt me. Forgive. You know who's prisoner when you have unforgiveness in your heart? It's you. It's not the person that hurt you. It's you. You're the one who's living with walls around you because of this heart of unforgiveness. You're the one that lacks faith in your prayers because you have unforgiveness. Because it's required of us. It's required of us that we forgive. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's the example before us. So this is unforgiveness that we have. It's a brother, a sister, a friend, a teacher, a parent, a pastor. Who knows? Who knows who it is in your life? But forgive them. Forgive them. Let it go. Let it go. It's holding you back from accomplishing the will of God in your life. It's holding you back from effective prayers. But if you do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your